Robin, me, and Louise met with the Corps of Engineers, and I'll ask Robin if she wants to give a short report on that.
The Corps of Engineers has a new colonel for the Huntington District. He attended the meeting here at the municipal building and was going to tour the site. He wasn't, I guess he didn't have the opportunity to familiarize himself completely with our project, but he was picking up speed fast. I guess the district is working to get our report to headquarters for approval, and that has not happened yet. So that's really, that's basically all I had to report. We do have a new project manager as well. Karen Miller's no longer our project manager, so the new project manager was here, and she has not been here before.
Thank you. We got last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, we got inspected by the insurance company. It's a yearly inspection that we go through every year. The inspection, we haven't got the report back yet. Usually it's a couple of weeks. Seemed to go pretty good. The main thing was the fire alarm system, which we was aware of from previous years. And she recommended a company called Electronic Specialty Company, and they're from Dunbar. And I called them, and they sent a man up here. And me and him together went through the building, looked at all the smoke detectors, all the port tracing and whatnot, and we will have a quote forthcoming from this company. A year ago, I contacted 3 companies, and the problem I ran into was they don't service our area. This company does. The good thing that came out of the conversation between him and me was they do have a straight contract bid, which the town of Mountain would fall under if we accepted their quote. I don't know for sure how that operates. I'll have to do some research, or Sue can tell me maybe.
I believe what it means is we don't have to bid it out. We can go ahead and go with one of those state-approved companies.
Okay. So anyway, we will have a quote coming on that. As of today, we have not received a report on the roof yet, Robin.
I'm disappointed at that.
I am too, because he seemed like, I mean, he sits over Summersville. I'm going to call him tomorrow. As we all know, last Wednesday or Thursday, we came that close to having a flooding problem. We had some minor flooding in low-lying areas. I have not talked to anybody that physically got water in the basement other than seepage, not from floodwaters. One thing that came to mind for me, and maybe I just need to go back and look at, is I thought the 2 cranes that we put in, the one down at the end of 3rd Avenue that picks up all the surface water from Fast Check down through there, had a clapper valve on it.
That's I was led to believe that. Yeah.
There was a specific
Well,
question.
undoubtedly, it doesn't work, or there's something wrong with it, because water came up, the water that was in Fast Check area, more so down at the car wash that never got to the business, came up through the cranes. And over here below your place, on 1st Avenue, it did the same thing. That's where the other crop outlet went. So either the clapper valves from sitting there, either they got something lodged into them, or...
It's just evidently not functioning properly.
But they're not functioning, because water came up through the cranes
yeah,
and flooded those areas.
We'll say properly, because it may be partially working.
Right, and it may be debris was in them, yeah. I mean, who knows, or they might be, this is probably the highest water we've had since those things was put in. I'm going to say, maybe if they're metal, maybe they rusted a little bit and we need to do some maintenance on them. But anyway, we're going to have to check
They're
that
right
out.
At the end, aren't they?
Yeah, the one
near the end.
The one on 3rd Avenue dumps in behind Toe Ninehand's old house. Yeah. And the one over here dumps in right at the end of 9th Street, where J. Paul Cemetery. Come all the way down.
Oh yeah, I remember the house there
yeah,
now. I'd forgotten about that house that was there.
So we're going to do that, and while I'm talking about the flooding, I need to really commend the fire department. They was ready on the spot. The wood got out pretty good. And they stayed right with it until it was obvious that we wasn't going to have any real flooding. And also, as usual, our basement in this building, due to seepage, got a lot of water in it, which happens almost every time it rains. And when I'm talking about the basement, it was, some of you wanted to know as to why it has been closed off. And in your packet, you should find, I don't know if it's in my packet. Anyway, you should find the inspection from the insurance company and my response to it, plus a copy of the ad that was put, yeah, you do, that was put into the paper. This is what it looks like. And they was on us for 3 years about the mold down there. Until we can correct the water problem, we're probably going to constantly have that mold. I mean, it's just that simple. So it was closed off, much to the dislike of Dave, especially because he used it. And it was advertised as such, and the people was asked to get their equipment out of there. I contacted them again, asking them to remove their fitness equipment from the basement.
Was any of their equipment damaged with the high water in the basement?
It wasn't that high, it was like this, you know. Yes, it's pretty rusty looking, you know, just from the moisture.
They were supposed to have that stuff out there a long time ago.
2 years ago.
Do you know who owns the equipment?
Most of it was owned by Danny Carpenter and his brother. Most of it, I won't say all of it, because I'm not sure. I even went as far as to find them a place to move it to. I cleared it with J.P. Duncan that they could have had space up at the ARC building to move it to. But then Parks and Recreation bought the stuff off of the Main Street Music, and most of these guys that was using the basement is going over there now and using their place.
Well, the stuff downstairs, some of it might be usable at the new wellness center.
Might well be, yeah. And that is basically my report. Any questions? Potesta had hoped to be here today, and he called me in Beckley, and because of the threat of the weather, he asked if he could speak to us on the speakerphone, which we will do.
Is it Dave?
Dave.
Dave Sharp?
Dave Sharp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He went out for a beer.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Dave. Okay, got you on speakerphone.
You ready to dial Mark's number? Hold on 1 minute.
Mark is the one that took over our project. I don't know his last name. He's been here.